Hey everyone, welcome to Maverick Codebase. In this video, I will show you how to create modern onboarding screen in SwiftUI with smooth page indicator and navigation controls. We will go step by step explaining each part while coding. By the end, you will have an onboarding experience just like this. Alright, let's get started. First, let's create a new SwiftUI file from a template like SwiftUI View. So let's call it OnBoardingView. This will be the main screen for our onboarding pages. To arrange everything neatly, we are going to use VStack. Inside it, we are going to have image, title, and description to display the content. Okay, now let's add a tab view to make the onboarding screen swipeable so user can move between different pages smoothly. Now that we have our onboarding screen, we need a data model to manage content dynamically. So let's create a new file for that called onboarding, and let's add a structure. Also conforms to identifiable so SwiftUI can track each item easily. This model lets us create multiple pages using an array instead of hard coding them. Next, let's set up a view model. Let's call it onboarding view model to manage this data and connect it to our view. I have added an array which holds content for multiple onboarding screens. Let's initialize our view model inside the view using state object. Next, looping through content using for each. For each index, we fetch the corresponding item and display its data. Finally, replaced the hard-coded content with the values from our view model. Now let's style our tab view by adding tab view style, and style will be page tab view style. This makes the pages swipeable with the smooth sliding effect. Now we have divided our view into two parts, the tab view and the footer for navigation controls. Next, let's add navigation buttons in the footer to improve the user experience. Let's add a published variable in our view model to keep the track of the current onboarding screen. Next, let's create a function called go to next tab. This function will increase the current tab by 1. Now let's connect this function to next button. Now we need to connect the current tab to our tab view, so when we update the page using the button, the tab view also moves to the correct page. I have added a check to prevent moving past the last screen. The transition is also wrapped in with animation for smooth sliding effect. We want to show the onboarding view first, so let's replace it with default content view with onboarding view. Right now this always shows onboarding. Next we will make sure it only appears when needed. For that, create a new file called AppState. This will track if onboarding is completed. Now let's create an enum called app_flow_state to help us decide whether to show the onboarding screen or the main app content. Let's create a class AppState to track whether the user has completed onboarding. Add a app storage property is onboarding completed. This stores a Boolean value, so even if the user closes the app, we can remember whether they have finished onboarding or not. Now let's update content view to dynamically switch between the onboarding and the main app based on the user's progress. If onboarding is not completed, it shows the onboarding. Once completed, it automatically switches to the main app. Let's update the function. If the last screen is reached, it marks onboarding as completed and shows the app switch to the main view. Add another function, skip onboarding. So if the user taps skip, it instantly marks onboarding as completed and moves to the main view. Updated the skip button. If the user reaches the last screen, the button automatically hides. Updated the next button to change its label. Once the user reaches the last screen, it changes to let's get started. Now let's add the custom page indicator for TabView. Loop through all onboarding pages using for each. Using capsule shape to represent the indicators. If you want to keep the same dimensions for all indicators, you can use a fixed width and height, but here we can change the current indicator to be wider to make it stand out and clearly highlight the active page. We are almost done here. Just few final tweaks to make sure everything is well aligned. I'm adding some v-stack spacing and a little extra padding to improve the layout and ensure proper formatting and structure. And that's it. We have built a fully functional onboarding screen with smooth transitions. If you found this helpful, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you.